Well, it's always nice to do something you've never done before. My Banjolele, gotta be 100 years old. I'm going to put a new skin on it. Either goat skin or calf skin, I think that is, but I bought calf skin. And the thing to do is you put the calf skin over that, and then you press down on that. You bring the calf skin out over the top of it, and then you push it down and it tightens it, and then you let it dry. Oh, it all sounds so simple. Put that on, and then you put that on, tighten it down and let it dry, and it's all so simple. My little problem is that my ring is broken. I tried soldering it, it wouldn't work, but the little ring will be held in by the screws when I put the screws in. But if I do that, they overlap. So I'm just gonna have to play it by ear and see how it works, because it was working before when they put this old skin was on it. So I'm sure I can get it working now. So what's gonna happen is the calf skin is soaking at the moment. I suppose I could put it, just put it on there, put the ring on it, press it down, put that on it, put the screws on it. It'd be nice if I didn't have to tighten it down too much, because I'd like to leave it up a little bit and not tighten it down too much, because then I have some room to tighten it when it's dry to give a good sound. But let's see what happens as I progress. Okay, let me go just check to see how long it needs to soak. Right, we have a quite damp piece of calf skin. That's the top of the skin. You can just see the shine. And the theory is you put it on there like that. You put this ring on it, right, like that. Then you put this on top and pull the skin through the inside to the top. It's a very, very slight margin of, so I hope it will go through it. I suppose if you've got a really thick calf skin or goat skin, it wouldn't go through it. So we're going to see how this works. Now that ring will sit exactly the same width as the chrome ring on top here. Let me just see if I can find it. Let me just move it over there again. Right, are you going to let me? I think you are. I think you might be. Let's just see, because the chrome is pressing down on the ring. Right. Let me just see. All right, I pulled the ring out. That's okay. Pull the ring out. It's all the way around. Maybe there's too much over it, but I'm not that worried about whether it's too much or not. It's whether I can get this down and over it is what's worrying me. Not worrying me. Nothing worries me. This is all fun. The thing that I'm doing is only worth about £10. So if I wreck it, I can get another one. Right, so it looks like we're ready to start putting on screws. And let the screws do the work that I'm trying to do. And put one screw there. Come on, screw. The thing about this is I'm going to take it all off again once it's done, because I'm getting a price to re-chrome. Oh, come on. I'm getting a price to re-chrome the top part, and so it's going to have to come off again. That's better. Thank you for doing that for me. Right, okay, and you just tighten it there. Can you see? I penciled out. Oh, and I've also put a lighter background on so that you might be able to see better. Yeah, but this is awkward. This is awkward. Now you see, the ring is moving away from the chrome. The problem being that maybe there, maybe we have something that I can smile about. Right, okay. Right, okay. And that gets tight, okay. So let's see if we can get all these bolts in. Excuse my head. One of the things I would like to do is not tighten these down too tight, because I'll try to explain it once I get a bit further. If you tighten it too tight, if you tighten it right down flat, then you don't have any adjustment to make on the skin sound. So I would like to not have to tighten it down too tight and then have some room to play. Right, that's not going in as far as I would like it, but maybe it will do whenever I put the bolt on. Let me just see. Right, okay. So far, I'm sort of happy. Because these bolts are pushing the ring in the right place where it should be. Although I'm surprised at that, because the rings should be overlapping. There you go. Let me just tighten it a bit more. I keep moving it out of the video circle, so I hope that you're getting to see something. I should have got, well, it's actually, there's no rush. Let me just get the proper tool. It'll take a few hours for that to dry. So if I get the proper tool head, it'll be easier, wouldn't it? Let me just see. That's better. That's better. Gives me some leverage as well. Let me just, yeah, it gives me a little bit of leverage. Leverage. And I can then push this down right onto the thing. And that's tightening up nicely. Right, okay. That's actually quite loose, and it's not quite what I want, but there's Georgie girl. Georgie girl, do you smell it? Here. Georgie girl, do you smell it? Calf leather. Or calf skin. Do you smell burgers? Is that what you smell? Hey? Do you smell burgers? She's a funny little cat. She eats nothing but dried cat food. She's not fond of anything else. She does like a tiny touch of butter. But she's got her friend with her today, Shrimpy. And I'm not getting as much attention because Shrimpy gets all the attention. Right, okay. Are you able to see anything? Am I moving out of it? Right, okay. Now, Mr. Canadian Man, which I can't remember. Canadian Man. What's his name? He's a very good luthier. He says to cut it when it's damp. I don't want to cut it when it's damp because I need to. Right, okay, I'm going to tighten up a bit more because I want to get it really neat. And if you cut it when it's damp, it gets frilly looking. I didn't like the look of it. So I'm going to tighten it up. Not the whole way down, because as you can see, I've got some room to spare there. I'm going to try to get it even though. And this tightens the head. And then when it's all done, I'm going to let it dry, and then tighten it down the rest of the way. Right, okay. And there you go. That's me, all I'm going to do. That was a little bit harder than I thought it would be, but that's... Isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? And you can see I've got some room to move. Maybe I'm doing it wrong, but I've got some room to move. And when that goes tight, if you remember in the old cowboy and west cowboy movies, the Indians used to use leather, and they'd tie up their victims with leather, wet leather, and it contracted and caused more pain. So that's what's going to happen with this. It's going to contract and cause more pain, and get tighter and tighter and tighter. And when it's tight, then I have some room to play. But it has a little bit of a noise to it at the moment. Oh, I can't sing Native American song because I'll be blocked by YouTube. And don't forget, this is all coming off because I want that to be re-chromed, because it's got some quite rusty bits, and I want to get them re-chromed. So this all has to come off again when it's dry. A little bit of a dent there, but that's not my doing. I think that's just an imperfection in the skin, but it's actually not a hollow imperfection, it's a raised imperfection, but I don't think that'll matter too much.